Sir?
Shut your fucking mouth.
Well, that's just rude. Are you okay, sir?
I hate you both.
Sir, do you need help? Can I help you, sir? Sir? Sir?
Don't touch me!
Why do you care?
Well,
Why do you care?
I don't know what you mean by...
on that note, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Phenomenal Wrestling Podcast.
This is awkward. Beady eyes everywhere.
That was probably the most interesting introduction we've ever had.
How long was that going on?
About 20 seconds before I said something. Started with you being like, fuck you.
Probably. And
No.
then, sir, why? Sir, why? Get fucked, all of you.
That's just rude.
Well, welcome to the Phenomenal Podcast.
I already did that. Already did that.
I hate my life. Everything I love is a lie.
It's not our fault you have a gift spanning problem.
Spanning?
Spanning? It is a spanning problem. This man just spammed 200 gifts into a group chat.
I had good reason.
He made his choice. And Brother Nelson, why did he make that choice?
Shut the fuck up.
I'm not Brother Nelson. Say it one
Sorry.
more time.
I'm sorry.
It's Constable now.
Thank you.
Now it's Constable Nell.
Quite frankly,
Or Constipated now.
Quite frankly, he made that choice because he didn't want Shelby to see that. He loves her.
No.
Put it down! This is mine now!
Okay, there's nothing in it. Motherfucker!
God.
Crumbs all over my shit.
It was a joke. It was a joke. It was a joke.
Now he's all upset.
My shoes hurt.
My shoes hurt.
Yeah? Ironic, you're fucking Portuguese.
Children,
Anderson,
What?
Raw is first. He needs to do his job.
stop.
Or what?
Your puppet master commands you to.
You are not my puppet master, nor have you ever!
Really? Hi guys, this is the segment where we talked about a woman.
Hey!
You kind of have admitted that he was the
Hey.
puppet master, and then he pulled the strings on
Am
you.
I not, or am I not?
You're not even a constable now. You're constipated now at this point.
Well,
I
go
did
on,
have some
unload,
Texas Roadhouse.
unload the dirty laundry then.
No!
It all started.
Hey,
back
hey,
in-
hey, hey! Let's go.
We are. We're
Monday
doing
Night
Raw.
Raw review.
All right, Monday Night Raw. So
It all started back in the GameStop days.
it all started back in.
Hey, caramba!
Is he a puppet master? Is he a puppet master?
I'm my own master!
There was a rumor going around.
Hey!
I distinctly remember you saying,
Shut up!
you know what? He is the puppet master. Distinctly remember that.
He was.
Until
Until it was all lies.
Yeah, so you fell for the lies. Therefore, he played you like a puppet.
and brought you to where you needed to be.
And where you needed to be is where you are now, and where he is now is...
But I gotta give him some credit. I did not ask him to headbutt that woman. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Monday Night Raw.
I quit!
That's fine. You're easy to replace.
Facts.
We'll actually find someone who actually watches the show.
Wow! Brr, 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 brr.
What's going on, all three of you that watch us?
That's always fun. Who's your number one fan on our channel? What's
Probably
his name?
that Limbo guy.
The
Limo? Limbo. I don't know. I haven't seen it in a while, but I know we're getting pretty decent views. I know the freaking... God, that freaking thing
the
was...
cinnamon challenge got
Yeah.
55. Yeah, I think that's our
The
second most viewed.
punishments is like the gold
Yeah.
for these people. They like seeing us in pain.
Because it's also a lot shorter too.
Yeah.
Kid Limbo.
Kid Limbo.
Yes. Shout out to Kid Limbo. Special shout out. Well, you can shout out Kid Limbo. I'm shouting out the man called Sting. Because that man was on my broken bandwagon. Back when
You have the stinger on your side.
back when my broken brilliance was a thing. And now I'm just normal and boring.
You're plain old Zell.
Yeah, no, I think that's our second most.
Nice.
Because I think no, that one's at 50. So yeah, that is actually our most viewed. 55.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Click on it. Maybe it's updating.
Well, I just refreshed the page.
Ah.
Yeah. So 55.
I could have sworn it was at 58, the first episode we ever did.
You know, wait a minute.
Aha.
We're on to page 2 now. 74. I knew it. I was like, it was at 58 or something. 74, because there's 2 pages, because we have enough videos on this channel now for 2 pages.
And this is episode 13.
Yeah.
Unlucky 13. Oh,
I have good luck on the 13th.
Maybe I should open up every podcast with like a minute of how everything started.
Long ago when the world was young.
Here's the first sentence. Long ago when there was a certain rumor spreading around in GameStop. Tune in next week.
There you see her sitting there across the way. She don't got a lot to say, but there's something about her. And you don't know why, but you're dying to try. You want to kiss the girl. Sha-la-la-la-la-la, my oh my. Like the boy too shy, ain't gonna kiss the girl. Sha-la-la-la-la-la, ain't that sad? It's such a shame, too bad. He's gonna miss the girl. Probably just come in with a gun. If you guys hear gunshots in this podcast, we were murdered by Synyster. 6 minutes of bullshit aside.
Yeah.
Time to jump into Monday Night Raw.
Yeah. I didn't watch it. Did you? No, I'm just playing.
I was gonna say, what are you,
I
him?
pulled an Eric. No.
I pulled an Eric.
No. First, it opened up with Kurt Angle and Baron Corbin. Obviously, if you guys follow these superstars on Twitter or whatever, Paul Heyman threw out a dumb amount of tweets.
Oh yeah, he did. I saw those.
I caught the show at the 6-minute mark, so I kind of missed what Kurt. I'm just assuming they're talking about how Paul and Brock don't want this because it's inflicting with contract negotiations.
Because he has ultimate plans ahead of him. Air quotes.
Right. So they're canceling our 6-man match.
But the one person who got the most shade thrown at him was Bobby Lashley.
Which means it's setting up. I'm so sick of this Bobby Lashley shit, but hold on. My phone locked out. Okay. Because I took notes. Alright, so first segment opens up with Angle and Corbin, like I just said. Talks about that whole fiasco. Roman Reigns shows up. Says, just say it to my face. Whatever you have to say. Whatever Paul said, just say it to my face. Lashley comes out. Says, pretty much said the same thing he said last week, where you have 3 years of chances and you couldn't get it done. So I'm here to listen face to face as well. Because obviously Lashley thinks it's meant for him, not for Roman. Because Brock doesn't want to deal with someone he's beaten time and time again.
Well, the thing with Lashley now is he's actually getting reactions.
Yeah, he is.
Which is good. Because, like I said, I liked Lashley back in the day. Mm-hmm. His booking up till now has not been good.
Well, it was against Sammy, who didn't have the use of his arms.
Yeah, the booking for Bobby has not been good. I'm hoping they start booking him like they should now, and maybe that'll help. Mm-hmm. Because the last 2 weeks with Roman, I'm liking what Bobby's doing more in-ring as well as promo-wise.
Yeah. So he says that he was there to listen face-to-face as well. Says, time for you to move on, Roman. Crowd was chanting, yes. Roman says, some of y'all may not know this, but 10 years ago, you left wrestling after main eventing. Which, he didn't main event.
Nope.
He was part of a main event. When they do that whole stupid, there's 3 main events,
hair.
but there's not 3 main events,
no.
Just 1 main event. But it was the hair versus hair match with the good old Vince McMahon and his buddy Donald.
Our current president, Donald Trump.
Yep. And that was the last time we saw Bobby.
And then, at Mania.
Yeah, at Mania. And then he said, yeah, you made a real big impact at MMA. Dissing at him. The crowd was like, oh shit. So, I mean, it was a good reaction by the crowd after Roman said that.
Some work shoot.
Yeah.
Stuff there.
He said, what you've been doing lately, you've been doing nothing. I main event 4 years in a row, going to be 5. I'm here day in and day out. This is my yard. Lashley says, I'll prove my point on why you don't deserve to fight Lesnar. So they're just throwing disses at each other pretty much. Kurt says he will not make a multi-man match, no longer on the table. Lashley said Brock would come back if he had a challenge with the person standing in front of you. Not with Roman. Kurt says, enough, I'm not dealing with this. There are superstars in the back worth the consideration right now, and I'm not just gonna I'm not dealing with this today. Say yeah. Revival comes out.
Those poor bastards.
And
2 weeks in a row.
And says, next week, same old story. It was just the same thing as last week. And they're like, we know opportunity when we see one. We were wrong last week. We won't be wrong this week. Versus Lashley and Roman, Kurt says, well, let's get a referee out here. So, match 1. Bobby Lashley and Roman versus the Revival. And Lashley and Roman start out very strong, obviously, destroying the Revival. Eventually, Revival come back and take it to Lashley. Lashley tags in Roman, and he does his usual stuff where he does his, like, running clotheslines and all that crap. He destroys both of them outside the ring, goes to a commercial, come back from commercial. The Revival are on the upper hand on Roman. Roman tags Lashley. Lashley unleashes on both the Revival. Lashley sets up for a spear. He tags Roman. Roman tags in to break up that spear that Lashley was going to go for, and Superman punches.
As Bobby did last week.
Right. And Lashley tries to tag himself back in again. Roman, like, dodges it, and he catches him. Dawson runs after Roman, but Roman throws... Roman actually steps to the side, and Dawson, like, hits Lashley. And then Roman gets rolled up 1, 2, 3.
Yep.
And Lashley literally walks into the ring, applauds Roman. Lashley mocks Roman and says, when I tag, you let me finish, as he walks away. And Roman looking like a complete tool just then. So I thought it was a good storytelling because I thought that the Rival were going to get handed to them again, which they did, but they picked up the victory over Roman.
Those poor bastards.
Legit.
He's back!
Hey!
Yes! Wonderful!
Oh, is he broken now too? Did you hear our lovely singing?
I did hear your lovely singing, actually.
Oh my god, he's actually broken.
Second segment, the Leaders of Worlds. Matt Hardy shows up and says B-Team was absolutely wonderful with a performance like that. Bray says that was a facade, that the B-Team is pretty much filled with greed and that they've fallen right into the lion's den. Pretty good. They walk out to the ring. They go to commercial. Coming back from commercial, there's Curtis and Bo make on the Titantron. They're mocking the Leaders of World. I literally laughed a lot during this. Pretty much Bo says that we may be entering a lion's den, but you're entering a beehive.
Oh my god. No! Stop it. Stop it right now.
It was so good. He was like, you're entering a beehive. Bees. And he closes this thing, and they kept coughing because they used too much of the fog. They both of them kept coughing. It was so good. So the second match is Woken Axel versus Woken Hardy. And Matt Hardy and Curtis Axel, a lot of back and forth until Matt goes on top of the rope with Axel as Matt Hardy slips, falls to his back, and Curtis pins him 1, 2, 3. Bray enters the ring with Matt, stares down the B-Team. Matt says, that was wonderful how you won, as they all applaud.
Mm.
And Curtis and Bo exit the ring.
Okay.
Are you okay?
It's just weird. How's Eric over there?
Eric, how you doing, man?
Eric is no longer with us. He quit, and he came to me to fill in for him for the rest of the evening.
So who are you?
I am Brother Sinestro.
Brother Sinestro. Why does that mean?
From the Spanish Armada.
No. That was Brother Broken Zell, who's in the Spanish Armada.
Okay, where were you?
I was part of Christopher Columbus's voyage to the Americas.
The Mayflower.
Yes,
Oh.
correct.
Well, which of the were you on the Mayflower or were you on one of the other two ships?
Oh no, I was on the Mayflower itself.
What were the other two ships' names? I forget.
I believe it was the Santa Maria and the Pinta.
Yes.
Oh, nice.
Yes. Actually, a fellow ancestors of you both were actually on those ships as well.
You know, I have a faint memory of that, actually, and it's really weird.
See?
I feel like I recently was talking about this.
I believe you were, actually, at one point in time. It was many years ago, though. Brother Nell, though, you weren't too
The fourth
safe
segment
there.
happens. Kurt Angle is talking with Sasha Banks.
I guess
No
he doesn't
audio
like you.
coming through. But Sasha seems really annoyed. Holy shit, Authors of Pain. They're walking in the back and they meet up with Titus Worldwide. Titus says, hey, don't mess with our stuff. Our guys back here are busy. They bust their butts week in and week out, trying to put the best Raw show possible, show them respect. Razor says thanks, but no thanks, and walks away. Next segment was Kurt says, Bailey, you will team with Sasha and Ember versus the Riot Squad. This is your last chance to fix things. Bailey refuses, but Kurt says, you have no choice. This is what you're doing.
Yeah, I don't know why they had no choice.
Whatever. Third match, AOP versus Rich and Rex Gibson.
You mean third squash?
Yep, a squash match, and I literally wrote that because I knew you were going to say that.
Yep, a squash match.
Not even a minute, including the AOP entrance, not even a minute. After the match, they kept attacking them, queuing titles for Worldwide, and AOP exit the ring. LOL, why?
Why are you scared of Titus Worldwide?
Yeah.
He thinks he's going to slide into them and break their kneecaps.
Legit. And you know, it's funny because he was running in just like he did with Grace Romero. I'm like, oh god, please don't, please don't. Next segment was Kurt and Baron argue about what's best for the show. Finn enters and says, I was dying to face Lesnar and now it's all canceled. Baron says, you were lucky to even be in the ring and you come up, short again. Braun says he's giving KO a shot at being his friend. So he asks for a tag team match versus Baron Corbin and Finn Balor. I put interesting mix-up.
Very interesting.
Next segment.
I'm giving you a chance to be my friend.
Yeah.
I think he sees a little bit of a Nicholas in him.
Maybe. Next segment, this is the 9 o'clock segment, so here comes a whole lot of bull. It's Alexa Bliss and Mickie James.
Hey! And Mickie James.
They show what happened last week with Ronda. Mickie introduces Alexa.
I didn't get to hear this with the audio because I was at work, and the manager that doesn't put it on the audio was there. But it seemed like this segment went on for a long time.
Yep. And Mickie introduces Alexa Bliss as one and only goddess of WWE and 3-time champion. Alexa Bliss says she's so deserving of the title. And that maniac Ronda ruined it, but she's gone. Alexa says, I am champion. I bounce back. Seems like the baddest woman in the planet is the most spoiled woman in the planet. Didn't know where she was going with that. Alexa says, what I did was 100% legal. Mickie says it may be the best cash-in ever. And Alexa responds with, I should be awarded. But how am I awarded? By facing the bully Nia Jax in 3 weeks. Alexa says, I'm standing here. Ronda is suspended and Nia is healing from her arm. She says it's funny. Nia always picks herself as the victim, like she is the hero of her own story. That WrestleMania was the happy ending, but Money in the Bank was the sequel. And Alexa Bliss is your sequel.
I love her.
And I came out on top. In real life, I'm the hero. A lot of boos to that. It was really good heel heat.
Of course.
Tells the crowd, how dare you? I overcame 7 women and Ronda and Nia all in the same night. You can boo me all you want. Cue in Natalia. She says the countdown is on. 23 days left until my friend Ronda comes back to deal with you. Alexa says, you know what? I'm surprised that you left your vacation of Total Divas to come out here and interrupt me. Thanks for nothing. You are dismissed. Bye-bye. Natty says, no, I'm not. Kurt just told me that you and I are having a match right here, right now. And by the way, Alexa, I didn't come back alone. Q and Nia Jax.
Who's a face this time around?
She's worse than the Big Show.
Now, before we even get into this match, because I heard some things about Mickie James's quick flopping of face to heel.
Yeah, now
back
she's
when,
heel, yeah.
because the Enzo storyline they were building with Nia, he was gonna cheat on her with Bliss, and that was supposed to be what happened. But because he got fired, they had
couldn't put in someone else to fill that role.
It's very difficult to fill that role of someone as as Enzo Amore.
What's your nationality?
Literally,
Well, don't you know? It's very hard to. You a leprechaun?
I am. Have you know? I actually. have multiple nationalities, so it tends to switch between. Who are you to judge me anyways?
Just asking.
Oh, okay. I thought you were judging. That's not nice. Don't make fun of my accent.
You sound like Cesaro. It's pretty good.
But yeah, I feel like at that point it was too late.
Yeah.
But speaking of nationalities, you know Bree. I work with Bree.
Speaking of nationalities, I'm half Irish.
Don't you know?
I didn't know that.
Now you know.
Until my grandpa passed away. My Aunt Jen did a whole background thing. I'm half Irish. I'm not full-blood Portuguese. No wonder why I burn in the fucking sun. Like, I come out as a fucking lobster.
Well,
And you're making fun of my heritage. Fuck off.
You do realize that I'm also part Irish.
I don't know who the hell you are. Broken, woken, whatever the fuck you are.
He said his name was Brother Synyster, which also
Brother
sounds
Synyster?
oddly familiar to me. Like I might have come up with it or something. I don't fucking know. As I was saying,
possible. I don't think you did.
Bree, you know I work with Bree. The Bree I work with.
Yeah.
So a table is trying to guess her nationality today.
She seems like Portuguese to me.
She's Egyptian.
No shit.
Yeah. So the table's like, because the soccer games are on, and they're like, you know, and she's like, you'll never guess, but go on and try. So they say something, and she's like, here's your hint. We're not in the World Cup. They go, Ethiopian. They guessed that this woman was Ethiopian.
Damn.
So I'm telling my bar guys this, and I'm like, and he's a regular, he sees her all the time. I'm like, can you see her ribs? Does she look like a starving dark child? And he's like, no, they think they just fed her a little bit more.
Oh my god. I had no idea she was Egyptian. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Next match?
Yeah.
Okay. Alexa Bliss with Mickey versus Natalia and Nia. Well, they're like managers.
Yeah.
Lots of back and forth. Good spots from both women. Natalia does a 2K style comeback against Alexa. Mickey almost screws up Natty by like trying to get to her legs. So Natty gets to the ref. The ref is like trying to like tell Mickey to go away. Meanwhile, Nia Jax slips up Alexa, and Natty puts the sharpshooter. Alexa taps out. Natty wins.
Yeah, Alexa's gonna catch a lot of L's from here to Extreme Rules.
Well, I mean, she's done everything that has put her up here so far, so she can take some L's.
Because she wasn't taking that many L's to begin with, and then she won Money in the Bank and cashed it in instantly. So she's got a lot of L's in her future.
Yeah.
But then she'll bounce back at Extreme Rules.
Maybe.
Hey, you know what they say? Last night took an L, but tonight I'll bounce back.
I'm letting you know what the punishment is.
Really?
If you say yes to it, it's on. Because he says no. If you say no, I have to change it.
I don't know what you're talking about. I haven't said anything.
Next segment.
Charlie's Russian now?
I told you. I've got multiple nationalities that I split.
Oh my god, it's Vladimir Kozlov.
Mother Russia sandwich eats you.
What do you mean?
Next segment. Charlie says, what's your mindset, Seth? Cue in Seth.
Burn it down!
He says, no excuses. I've had 7 days to let that loss drive me. The Seth Dolph is going to get is like nothing he's ever seen before. And Drew gets front row seat as I burn it down and take back my title. Next segment. Jinder Mahal. He's in the back taking pics. Riot Squad come in, destroy all the cameras. Jinder gets so pissed off. But he's like, overcome.
Yeah, we're doing this again.
Tranquility.
We're doing this again.
You know what? I'm beginning to be a fan of Jinder Mahal. I love this new thing that he's doing.
There was somebody that I
of
vividly
Zenyatta
saw on Raw.
Of Overwatch.
I don't Overwatch. Who'd you see on Raw?
There was this. I don't know if you've got to it yet, but it was the No Way Jose segment.
It's not there yet.
Okay.
Next time, don't run away when we're singing Sha La 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 My Oh My.
Looks like the boys too shy.
I didn't go anywhere. I don't know what you're talking about.
Next, oh my god, dude, pick a nationality. God.
How dare you insult my nationalities?
Last week he's showing me pictures of Pete Dunne and Velveteen. Now he's... Stop interrupting Raw! 5th match.
Wow.
Bayley, Sasha, and Ember versus the Riot Squad.
It's his first day. You could be a little nicer to him.
No! You hacked the election.
What?
What election are you talking about?
Some back and forth. Eventually, all members of Squad go outside, and Ember launches herself. Commercial break. Bailey and Sasha working together. Back from commercial again. 2 commercials in this stupid shit. Ruby is in the ring with the upper hand on Ember. Ruby eventually rolls up Sasha for the win. It was really, really quick. Right after the 1, 2, 3, Bailey just annihilates Sasha Banks. Throws her into the turnbuckle. Sasha literally goes out cold. Bailey refuses to stop. Suplexes her outside. Throws Sasha into the steps. Not once, but twice. Crowd explodes in cheers. And they edited this out in the network. Not the network, in Hulu. But she literally says, "You ain't shit, Sasha." I gave it 10 out of 10 Nels. Really good.
Because at the same time, even though I'm watching this, Bailey still isn't the heel to me. It's still Sasha.
Dude, the fans were so behind Bailey.
Because Sasha's been a bitch. She treats Bailey like shit.
She lost fair and square, and Bailey just annihilates Sasha.
Bailey's had enough, and I am behind her. 100%. Bailey, you fuck her up. You fuck her up like a 7-foot black man fucks up a 5-foot white girl in bed.
Sinestro Kozlov of Italia. What's up? You have anything to say about that?
Pasta!
Spaghetti!
Have you know, actually, spaghetti isn't Italian.
Wow.
It actually came from China. They swapped.
He's not wrong.
They got rice from Italy.
He's not wrong.
God damn.
Did you
Don't know how the hell this is all relevant.
Well, you just said spaghetti.
You said spaghetti.
Next segment! Kurt says he needs to do something
so
about
rude.
this Sasha and Bailey.
It's
Tells
alright,
the ref,
you're new.
once
I
you
get it.
find
I
Bailey, come
understand.
get me.
Thank you. At least someone does. I'm like, this guy over here who's not giving me an opportunity.
See, you'll get your opportunity on Smackdown Live.
You're right.
KO shows up and says, "How can you team me with Braun?" Kurt says, "Well, last week you wanted to be his friend, and he seemed okay with you being his partner." KO says, "You don't get it. Every time he licks his mouth while he looks at me, it's like he wants to eat me." Kurt says the match stays on, and who knows, this could be the start of a beautiful friendship.
Friendship.
It was...
Then
It
Kevin
was just
Owens.
the way Kevin said it, though. He was like, every time he licks his lips, he was like, wants to eat me.
And then Kevin Owens wakes up in Braun's basement, locked up, tied to a chair.
Oh my god.
And Braun says, "You're gonna get these hands." I would shit myself at that point. I would hold it just to shit on Braun.
Oh my god.
If anybody comes at me, I'm just gonna shit on them.
Okay, yeah.
Yes,
okay.
I will.
Okay.
You guys okay?
I'm just dandy.
The next match featured a champ that they wanted a new,
Boop!
what are we doing here?
He's boop!
Somebody want to tell me what the fuck we're doing here? I try not to swear, but this son of a bitch, Russian Italian motherfucker.
There was this one old Chinese lady. She didn't know much English, but she knew poop.
What the fuck am I supposed to get from that? Is that a stupid thing that's on these interwebs now? Is that from a show?
Oh, this is America. Don't get you slipping up. Look what I'm whipping up.
I gotta text Kaylee. I need to find 2 more people for my wedding.
Wow, that's rude, sir.
Oh, you're getting married?
Can you shut up, Eric?
I don't know
Shut
who
your
Eric is.
fucking mouth!
I don't know who Eric is, sir. I'm
This is
Brother
Brother
Sinestro.
Sinestro.
Thank you, Brother Zell.
Just Zell, it's fine.
No, Brother Zell, it's okay. And Brother Nell over here just is not accepting me for
We've
who
been
I
doing
am.
this for like 3 months now, and he chooses when I take control of Raw to be entertaining.
Wow! Fucking wow! To be fair, Raw waited for you to take it over to become entertaining.
Got nothing to say. You don't know what's going on.
I have no
well,
idea
I have no
what you're
idea.
My name is Olaf.
No way, Jose.
I've been Speckledorfed.
Fucking Mojo. Mojo gets on a mic, says rematch. Well, can we just skip this fucking part? Because this...
No, this is the part I was actually talking about. I kind of like what they're doing with Mojo Rawley here.
Well, frankly, you dancing buddies haven't earned the right to be out here, Jose.
Where'd all the enthusiasm go?
Who are you? Looks at one of the members. Says, my name's Todd. Crowd goes apeshit for Todd. Starts chanting Todd. Mojo asks, why you dress like a cheeseburger? Says, this is as close as you'll ever be to becoming a WWE superstar. Crowd chants, let's go Todd. Mojo says, to answer Mojo's question, to answer No Way Jose's question on a rematch, it's a no. Match doesn't happen. The crowd continues to chant Todd. And
Think Todd's gonna have a match with Mojo next week?
That's not,
I think
that's
Todd's
not how
gonna
it
get
ended.
involved.
That's not how it ended, though. No way Jose came out of the ring to confront Mojo Rawley, and Mojo Rawley sucker punched him and knocked his ass on the floor. And then Mojo walked away. I like the heat that they're generating out of Mojo Rawley here. They're making him seem a little bit more relevant.
You ever fucking do that again? Correct me on my own show. I swear to God.
Well, somebody who watches it weekly, you should be able to pick up on these things.
Oh my God! One of these two guys is gonna fucking die. As Raw was, sir. Don't look at him.
You know what would make this moment better?
I think you need to take a break. Do you smoke cigarettes?
I do not. I don't believe in that.
Oh. I think you need to take a break to go poop or something. Because if you don't, you're gonna be found dead.
On that note, I'll take a brief break to let Brother Nell finish what he would like to discuss here. He seems. I see steam coming out of his bald head as we speak.
I'm crying. Okay. I'm a professional. What followed after the No Way Jose and Mojo Rawley segment?
I'm just gonna finish my shit, and then Bailey's with Kurt. Kurt says you are going to counseling next week. Bailey says I don't need it. What about Sasha? Kurt says, oh, you do need it, and you are going, or else you will be fired.
Why does Bailey need it and Sasha not? Sasha's been an asshole friend.
Bailey was the one that unleashed on Sasha.
She deserved it.
God, that really pissed me off. The real sixth match happens, and it's Braun Strowman and KO versus Baron and Finn. Corbin and KO start the match. Corbin gets the upper hand, tags in Balor, and tags himself right back in. KO tags in Strowman after getting his butt kicked by Baron. Baron versus Strowman in a war of strength. Braun forces KO to tag in. Corbin tags to Finn. KO gets the early advantage. It's a lot of back and forth. Braun asks Finn to do... no, Braun didn't ask Finn to do the same. Braun goes around the ring and pretty much demolishes Corbin. He does his usual run.
Yeah.
And then he asks KO to do the same thing. KO actually does it to Finn, but then Baron lays out KO. But it was Baron and Strowman again into the ring. Baron throws Strowman into the post. KO gets in and Finn does his I think it was a switchblade or sling blade.
Sling blade
To KO. Corbin tags himself in and Finn kicks him to the outside because that was one of the tagging that Corbin does to Finn.
Yeah.
In order to sneak in.
I rescind my quitting, guys. I'm sorry. I had to. I calmed down. I needed to take about a half hour. Take some fresh air in. I'm calm.
Sha-la-la-la-la-la, my oh my.
Why are you like this? And why does Nell look like somebody shitting his Cheerios?
I'm gonna kill you. I am going to kill you. You interrupt me one more fucking time during my match, I'm gonna fucking kill you.
Well, you're not.
I'm going to commit murder
Well, you're not in a match.
on YouTube podcast.
You're not in a match.
Fuck off!
2, you're doing a review, not a match.
He's at the end, sir. Just let him finish.
Oh. It's okay. If you thought that punishment was gonna be bad.
Oh
Finn
god.
gets caught by Corbin and they beat the shit out of each other and they get counted out. KO and Braun win. KO is pumping up Braun, offers a handshake. Braun looks at Kevin like he's going to eat him. So KO literally runs away. KO says, "We did great. What's your problem?" He goes, "Come on, why didn't you just shake my hand?" And Braun goes out to the outside of the ring and starts chasing KO. KO runs to the back and hides in a closet. Braun is searching, asks a guy, "Where is he?" He says, "I just work concessions. I don't know who that is." Braun says, "The guy who looks like he has a bowling ball underneath his shirt." Guy says, "I don't know." And that was the end of that. Braun tries to keep looking for KO as he's hiding in this little closet thing. The main event is Seth Rollins versus Dolph Ziggler. There's a lot of that going on between Dolph and all that shit. It's just showing off that that's what the main event is. Before that, though, it was KO and Braun one more time. And it was part of the last one, very last segment. KO was running outside the parking lot and asked the guy who's standing there, the guy who does the key stuff.
The valet.
Yeah. Where's my car? Where's my keys? It's like, I don't have your keys. They're not on here. He was like, "What are you talking about? I gave you my keys. Where are my keys?" He was like, "He has them." So he looks. It's Braun, and Braun's like, "Here are your car keys." Throws them to KO and says, "I hope you have car insurance." Turns around and this car's flipped over, smoking.
Not even on its side.
No, just
it was
flipped
flipped
over.
from the front.
Yeah.
Completely upside down.
Braun is a monster.
Yeah, monster among men.
Monster in the bank.
Yeah.
Seth versus Dolph with Drew McIntyre for the IC title. Rollins goes complete apeshit on Ziggler to start the match off. But then it becomes very slow-paced. A lot of holds and stuff. So later on in the match, Ziggler goes for a super kick. Rollins catches it into a buckle bomb and kick to the face. It was only a 2 count. Seth goes to the top to fight off Ziggler as he goes for a frog splash. Ziggler kicks out at 2. Dolph with the resiliency because it was coming down for the 3 and Dolph just he does his usual.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Dolph doesn't even have resiliency in WWE 2K.
Goes for a kick,
Disrespect.
looks for the stomp. Ziggler reverses. Roll up after roll up. Ziggler hits him with the zigzag. Seth kicks out at a close 3 count. Very, very close. Ziggler looks for a superplex. Seth reverses it, does a superplex and Falcon Arrow. And at this point, Drew McIntyre was removed from ringside because he kept getting involved. Goes for the pin, 1, 2, and there's Drew McIntyre again. Comes back in, removes the referee. Ziggler gets disqualified. Dolph and Drew going to attack Seth. They start beating on him. Roman shows up, does a spear, and then does a twist at the end. It was pretty weird. Where did I go? Okay, yep. Roman and Drew duke it out. Drew goes for a really, really rough headbutt on Roman. Roman gets a little dazed, but goes in for a Superman punch. Drew goes out to the outside with Dolph. Roman and Seth stand tall, but Drew and Dolph laugh as they leave, as JoJo says, "Still your champion, Dolph Ziggler." End of Raw.
Sound like a pretty decent Raw, minus Like 1 hour.
Yeah. Maybe like they cut off the 1 hour shit. It'd be good.
I give it a B- this week around.
I give it a B. Maybe B+. Only because the storytelling was really good.
I agree with the B-. Storytelling was good. They had a good main event.
Hour of shenanigans.
Yeah, the shenanigans kind of hurt.
Well, let's see how SmackDown did and see if anyone's biased towards SmackDown.
Oh, wait, there was a guy here. I was going to give him an opportunity. Because, it's the land of opportunity.
If you fucking bring him back, I am leaving this now. Because my part here is done.
I don't know where he went, so fine. He seemed like such a nice guy, though.
Oh, yeah. So nice.
Oh, the guy that had fill in for me?
Yeah.
He's still here. You want me to grab him?
It's for the best.
I will leave.
We need to keep Constable happy.
Oh, God forbid the constable gets upset.
Yeah, he's doing the punishments.
No, keep going. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Who's shitting your Cheerios, man?
It,
What did I miss? I wasn't gone that long.
I'm gonna hurt you.
So Smackdown Live opened with The Miz in the ring
So
for
bad.
everyone's favorite must-see programming,
Miz TV.
Miz TV. And he introduced what sounded insane to me, his guests, the Bludgeon Brothers. Why would you have them on a talk show?
Yeah.
I don't think Harper or Rowan... I lied. Rowan has. I don't think Harper has talked on TV.
He did. This time around.
Before.
I feel like it's been the other way around. I feel like Harper's talked, but Rowan hasn't.
Rowan definitely talked when they did that split Illa Wyatt and the whole authority angle. I don't know if Harper did, though. I remember Rowan talking. But yeah. So he basically brought them out, praised them, said that it just goes to show how easy it is because we're both so good at just destroying Daniel Bryan. Saying Daniel Bryan is trying to steal their spotlight. And basically says, I'm holding auditions for the new MisterArcadia and you guys seem like you want to apply. And at that point, they're just like, who the fuck are you?
Yeah.
So they, get ready to heck him up. But Bryan comes out. And I do want to point out the Miz's fearfulness of trying to hand them the mic was priceless. DB comes out. And he doesn't even really acknowledge the Miz. He says, it's not when am I going to fight you two, it's who am I going to fight first. And Harper grabs the mic from the Miz and basically says it's going to be him. He says, you just never learn, do you, Daniel? Well, you're gonna tonight. Backstage, the New Day had Mr. Bootiesworth, their butler, making them a pancake smoothie. That's just pancake batter. If you reliquefied a pancake, it's pancake batter. Mm-hmm. They could have thought that one through better.
Yeah.
But the New Day make the entrance because next is Xavier Woods versus Rusev, the number one contender for the WWE Championship. Keep that in mind. They had a decent match, which they had a really funny spot where Big E held up a cartoon word blob that said ouch, while Rusev was leaning down on the ropes. But the match was more to showcase that Rusev is actually a competitor in the ring, and Rusev is a challenger to AJ Styles. Rusev cut a promo afterwards, which, to be honest, I wasn't really feeling all that much. I don't know what it was about it, but something just screamed to me, talk less. And, he's better than that. I know he is, but I don't know. Something about that promo just wasn't right. Then you get another Jeff Hardy promo backstage. He starts upside down, flips over. It's then noted that Shinsuke, this is when they announced that Shinsuke is hurt, officially, and that Jeff's going to have his U.S. Open Challenge. But we cut to the back where Naomi and Lana are arguing about their dance contest from 3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
3 weeks ago, and
Yeah.
they're still arguing about this.
I do like Lana, though. I'm liking... Lana's growing on me more and more as time goes.
Oh yeah, she's always been a great character. And they had the cast of Glow, the wrestling show on Netflix.
Oh my god.
And they did a whole Russian thing together saying that they should be a team and blah blah blah. Although there was a funny point where Naomi said that Lana needs to stop tripping, and Lana says, but I didn't trip during that whole dance battle. And you're just like, bitch, come on. But they basically talked about being a team. Now, the one thing I do want to point out in this skit, there was one cast member of Glow who wasn't there. Her name was Kia Stevens, also known as Awesome Kong, and also known as Karma.
Huh.
I don't know why she wasn't there, but I would like to learn.
She might be signed somewhere still.
Well, she's also talked shit about WWE.
Yeah, I heard she was actually on the retirement board.
Oh.
But alas, we then got the answer to who's taking the open challenge. Well, almost got the answer because Sanity came out. Which man was going to take it? Was going to be Alexander Wolf? Not really likely. Killian Dane? Very possible. But it was Eric Young. And there was a god-awful botch of a twist of fate. Yeah. God-awful.
And that wasn't on EY.
No, not at all. That was on
That
Jeff.
was all on Jeff.
What did he do?
So he started with the wrong arm.
Yep. So then he switched, and then he just dropped down, and he didn't even grab EY's head.
It made it look as bad as Jinder Mahal's botch.
EY was just holding his place.
Yeah, it looked awful. I would say look it up, but I don't want your eyes to burn.
Yeah, it was bad.
Damn.
I think it was the contacts.
Oh my god.
Maybe too much drinking.
Wow. But they put on an alright match, not what you'd expect from the guys of quality of Jeff Hardy and Eric Young. Ended in a DQ, though, because the Usos showed up to battle off Dane and Wolf before the DQ even happened, and then EY started attacking the Usos attacked back, so EY won by DQ. We came back, and it was a 6-man tag match. I mean, it was a good tag match. I mean, it's the Usos, it's Sanity, it's Hardy. You're gonna get a good match. The problem is, Sanity lost.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Sanity lost their debut match as a team.
Yeah.
Why are we doing this to NXT guys? Why? What is the point of calling them up just to have them lose?
You know, I tuned into Smackdown the very last part, and I was like, did I miss a good Smackdown? And then when I read it, I was like, ooh. And then the Jeff Hardy botch he told me about, because they didn't even mention it from what I read.
And AJ wasn't there.
Yeah, no AJ, just mentions.
Well, yeah, Raw didn't have their hottest guy, too. That happens to be Elias.
We then got your girl, Nell, Becky Lynch, against Sonya Deville.
My girl.
Wrong.
You lost the rights to
We
her.
can agree to disagree.
You lost the rights to her in 2K.
We can share.
You're wrong.
Becky.
No sharing. Becky's on a roll now that she's on Team Now.
You did lose the rights to her in 2K.
I'll get the rights back. Mark my words, son of a
We'll see.
bitch.
All started with mayonnaise.
And it comes back full circle.
It doesn't. It's worse.
It is worse.
Go on.
I'd rather have...
We'll talk about that after.
I'm so
God damn
concerned.
it. You know what's funny, too, is that last week we had a little segment that me and you were just laughing our asses off. This week you have another segment that you still laughing your asses off. I just remembered where our segment was last week. Do you remember? Once you go black, you end up in a wheelchair. So,
And then it came up on the 26th.
Today, I felt like Zell felt last week. Where he was like, what the fuck's going on?
And then yesterday, that movie is officially 14 years old.
Damn.
Yeah. I do faintly remember something about a Spanish Armada and something about saying things in YouTube just crying. And I feel like I was kind of just sitting there like, what's going on?
Yeah, that happened.
I don't want to know. Yep. This was the basic match you'd expect. A Sonya Deville, Mandy Rose match. Well, Sonya Deville with Mandy Rose or Mandy with Sonya. But Becky won by making her tap out. Then we have James Ellsworth. Walking around backstage with an Asuka mask on, and who did he run into? Ty Dillinger. Dillinger said he looked better with the mask on, and Ellsworth asked if he was a 10. Dillinger pulled down his hand to make it a 1. Ellsworth made his entrance. He did call Asuka Babe.
Babe?
Yeah, that's a problem. But he challenged Asuka to a match. Paige came out and said that Ellsworth knows that Asuka's not there, and that's why he's challenging her. But fear not, because next week, he is gonna face Asuka.
Yep.
And Carmella is gonna face Asuka for the Women's Championship at Extreme Rules.
Okay. Whatever.
Yep, so then we got a little thing for Luke Harper staring into the camera, Daniel Bryan shadowboxing with Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson.
That's awesome.
Odd. Yep, and then we got Daniel Bryan versus Luke Harper, which was a really good match because Luke Harper is actually really good, as is Daniel Bryan, which we know. It came down to Daniel Bryan locking in the yes lock into Luke Harper. Rowan broke it up, DQ, they proceed to beat him, and then Kane
Hell
returned.
yes.
They cleared the ring.
I thought Kane was on Raw.
I was so happy.
He was.
Well, the draft that happened.
He wasn't drafted though, was he?
Oh.
Oh, he was. He was one of the silent drafts that didn't get announced, remember?
Yes. That was only on WWE.com exclusive.
Why didn't we see this coming?
Because Kane was running for mayor, and he won.
So-
Well, he didn't win mayor, but he won, the primary or whatever
Yeah.
it is.
Daniel Bryan looked heavily confused, and Kane asked for a hug. And
The
DB
fans
kind of
chant, hug it up.
circled around him, and the fans were like, boo. And then he hugged him. Fans were like, yep. Everyone's happy. Paige comes out and is like, whoa, 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 whoa. I'm not losing this moment. You guys are facing the Bludgeon Brothers for the tag titles at Extreme Rules. And that was Smackdown.
Yeah.
I thought about this for a while, and it was very hard for me to decide. I give SmackDown a C+.
I was gonna say C+ as well, actually.
For what?
What do you mean for what?
Why does it get a C+? Like, you have to say, well, for what? What
Well,
was the reasonings that it got a C+? C+ is above average.
Oh, which I left out, by the way. Andrade Cien Almas and Zelina Vega did a backstage promo.
Yeah.
He's alive.
And next week he's facing Sin Cara.
Is
As
that
of right now.
Is that confirmed?
As of right now, it is.
Dear Lord. I'm giving it a C+. I was torn between a C+ and a B-. Because they did move along storylines. They did have a great main event. They had a really good opener. But everything else in between was just eh.
Yeah.
It did move storylines along enough for me to say, alright, yeah, B, in the B territory.
Okay. The hell are you doing?
The hell?
Oh, that's my glasses.
You're welcome. What do you rate it, sir?
Honestly, I was thinking like a high D. I'm being dead serious. Only because like maybe a C, because the only thing that saved it was the ending. Like there was no shows by a few. The botch by Jeff Hardy. So I gotta
Oh my
watch
god.
It was
It was
bad.
bad.
It was
Sanity losing
bad.
their debut.
Terrible.
Yep.
No Peyton Royce. No Iconics.
No iconics. There was the only women on the show were Naomi and Lana backstage.
And then
Becky,
Becky.
Sonya, and Mandy. And then Paige. She's the
Not
GM.
even
And
Carmella.
Zelina.
And Zelina, but
Not even
wasn't
Carmella.
backstage.
Just
Nope.
James Ellsworth.
Yep.
Just
What's
James Ellsworth.
I wonder if they're doing something, like they're on tour somewhere or promoting something.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Which
It was an awkward one.
Which leads us on to 205 Live, which Shelby is not here once again, so therefore, this falls under your jurisdiction, sir.
Yes. So, honestly, it wasn't that bad of a show. It could have been better. I rather enjoyed the Tony Nese Tozawa match, which kicked off the show. They put on a good back and forth match, ultimately leading to Tozawa beating Tony Nese. which throughout the match they're talking about how Tozawa's former champion, and you would have to think that this could skyrocket him into getting back into that territory again. And then they're also saying that Hideo Itami deserves to be the number one contender now after winning that triple threat match last week. So there's a lot of back and forth crap going on. They go to a backstage segment with it's Rockstar Spud, aka Drew Maverick. Why are you like this? Anywho, it's Drake Maverick alongside Alexander, who he goes on to say, listen, I want something here because I'm the champion and I want to defend my title. I want to do what champions do. And he asks for Hideo Itami to be the number one contender. Well, Drake Maverick tells him he doesn't want Hideo Itami being number one contender because of he takes underhanded tactics to win.
But Buddy Murphy was number one contender.
Yeah. So, next leads to the Lio Rush debut.
I feel really bad.
This match was probably about a minute.
It was a good match, though.
It was a good squash match.
It was a very good squash match because he showed off a little bit. Not enough. I want to see his full capabilities here. But him contorting himself into his frog splash, oh my god. He folds like a pretzel.
He's literally a piece of paper.
Literally. He is flat. Then, it goes back to another backstage segment with Alexander and Hideo. They bump into each other face to face. And Hideo, shoves Alexander. Alexander shoves him back. They all come, separate them. They keep trying to get at each other. Drake Maverick is telling them both actually, listen, we'll deal with this next week. Stop. Next week we'll take care of it. Next week we'll take care of it. He says it over and over and over.
Terrible team.
And then next was he should be a wrestler, but next was the 6-man tag match again.
I don't know what it's picking up.
6-man tag
My
match.
phone once picked up a chip from my room to the kitchen. It's picking this up.
Yeah, so 6-man tag match with the Lucha House Party against Gulak, Gallagher. Sorry, I've been watching too much Shameless. Gallagher.
He has no shame.
Along with their partner
Sebastian?
Brian Kendrick.
Flounder? Sea creatures?
Kendrick was actually...
Mermaids.
I fucking hate you. The match was an okay match. It wasn't too good. It wasn't great, but they gave them a lot of time because it was an elimination based.
Well, I wouldn't say because sometimes we get elimination matches that are 5 minutes.
Yeah, but even it's 205. They had a lot of time to fill. They have 3 matches a week. They only gave a minute to Lio Rush. They had a lot to fill at that point. But Grand Metalik was actually the first eliminated in this match rather quickly, actually. So the Lucha House Party was down 3-2 at that point, and they just had to strive. Kalisto ended up eliminating... No, Lince Dorado eliminated Brian Kendrick. He was the first eliminated.
The Brian Kendrick.
But funny thing about that, Brian Kendrick didn't leave. Everyone assumed he left, but he didn't.
He's the man with the plan.
They were at 2-2 even now. The match continued, but then out of nowhere, you see Brian Kendrick come and throw Lince Dorado into the barricade and toss him back into the ring, where he ends up getting pinned. So now it's down to Gallagher and Gulak versus Kalisto. Kalisto ends up eliminating Gallagher, but at that point it was just way too much. And stupid thing here, but we finally actually watched it enough to hear it. Gulak's Dragon Sleeper submission is called the Gulak. It is called the Gulak.
Not the Gulak.
The Gulak.
I want to give 205 Live an F just for that.
I give 205 a C minus.
Agreed.
Because of Leo Rush.
Agreed.
But not to the best show of the week.
Hold on. Rating, sir?
A D?
Not to the best show of the week. NXT. So the show kicked off with Aleister Black. He says he made the adversity of Lars Sullivan fade to black, which is a fun fact coming up later on about Lars Sullivan, which makes sense about everything now. Ciampa came out to interrupt him, says, "You stood face to face with adversity. Now it's time you stand face to face with the devil." Says that Aleister barely got by Lars, and in the main event, he beat Gargano. He did it with his hands behind his back. And now that the Gargano business is behind him, his focus is on that shiny title. And that Aleister has something he wants. Aleister says, "Ciampa, you must love to hear the sound of your own voice." And Ciampa's like, "Yeah, pretty much." And that if Mr. Regal decides to make this match happen, that he'll realize, just like everyone else before him, that he'll kick his lights out. Ciampa then says he needs to be careful of what he says. He says there is a mystique to you, Aleister Black. And then he's going to lose more than the title in that moment. The mystique of his will be gone. Then he sits like Aleister Black, taunting him at the top of the ramp, and says, and in that moment, his title reign will fade to black. He goes to get out of the ring, and Ciampa's doing his little wave thing.
Bye-bye.
He gets up, does the wave, and leaves. That was the end of that segment. It went to like a commercial break, came back, and the announcers. So, you know how we were talking about how they botched the Black Mass all three times?
Mm-hmm.
So, this confirms why that happened. Apparently, Lars Sullivan was performing with a broken jaw for more than half that match. So, they kind of had no choice to botch it at that point.
Nah, bro, just rip your jaw off.
Yeah.
You don't need it.
So, that makes sense. Now it's
Look at
all
Kanye. He got his jaw wired shut. Look at how he turned out.
Someone needs to wire that shit shut again, because that boy has diarrhea of the mouth and constipation of the brain.
You're not wrong.
Next was like a little segment with Vanessa Bourne outside, and was asking if anyone knows why Kyrie dresses like a pirate, and that everyone needs to realize that the only thing that they should be focusing on is her, and that basically Kyrie dresses up like a child, pretty much. So this is gonna lead towards
Vanessa's gonna die.
Yeah, she dead, and then Kona Reeves was next.
Nelson's boy.
My God,
The finest.
The
Reeves.
finest, and this was me. My God, I hate this guy. Boring as shit.
Did he have a match or did he go to promo?
No, he had a match.
Jobber.
Boring as shit. Kona Reeves looks like shit in the ring. I don't like him.
If it makes you feel any better now, Meltzer was talking about him. Quote unquote, he's nothing special.
He isn't.
He is not.
He just took moves that The Rock has done, that Roman, Rikishi, Umaga, all of them have done, and just made it into his own, like the people's elbow is now the second rope elbow.
Yep.
The Samoan drop is like the Samoan front. Like,
The Samoan
No,
front.
they don't call it the Samoan drop.
what do they call it?
They call it the Hawaiian drop.
Ah.
Because he's Hawaiian.
Oh, okay.
Ooh.
Ooh. And that's his finisher.
Ooh is his finisher?
No. The Hawaiian drop.
I think I like it better if it was ooh. He hit him with a ooh.
He just hit him with the oh.
No, come on, Nigel. You can't say it like that. It's the ooh.
The Illy Golo.
Fucking Nigel.
Next match was actually Candice LeRae and Lacey Evans.
Hey.
Honestly, Lacey had the upper hand throughout the entire match because she wrecked Candice's arm. So Candice ended the match amazingly though, because she ended up just getting through that match with one arm, throwing bombs at Lacey. And the way she ended it was very technical, and you could see how great she is in the ring, just how it went.
How did she end the match?
They were at the top rope. She did like a flip, flipped her off the top rope. You know how when you do the run and you grab their heads while they're sitting on the mat and you flip over like that? She kind of did that one-handed.
Miss LeRae's Wild Ride.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was gonna say she hasn't done that yet.
Yeah, she did that, and then she did a springboard moonsault off the rope.
Good for her. Good for Bay. Go Bay.
All with one arm.
Go Bay.
Next was Johnny Gargano saying, because he was being interviewed, and he says it's far from over between him and Ciampa. He's going to make sure they do it one more time because it's far from over, and it ends when he dies.
Well, foreshadowing.
And then it cut to another commercial break to come back saying William Regal sent out a tweet saying Gargano needs to be done with Ciampa and will face EC3 next week, and he will be facing the top 1%. The next segment, which was the main event, it was Mustache Mountain making their appearance as your new NXT Tag Team Champions. They were going to face two developmental guys, but Undisputed Era came out and attacked them and beat the ever-living shit out of those developmental guys. Then they ran down to the ring to surround Mustache Mountain. They got in, started beating the shit out of Mustache Mountain for Ricochet to come down. Then Regal made it a 6-man match. Amazing match. This match was so good, and this is what... Literally, this match alone made every other show this week look like shit because of all these guys that were in it. Kyle O'Reilly, the comedic one of the group. There was a spot in the match where Ricochet hit his finisher on Adam Cole. And Kyle O'Reilly pulled Adam Cole out. And Ricochet just turned around with his blood boiling, looked at Kyle O'Reilly, and Kyle O'Reilly was shook. He was just like, oh fuck, I fucked up.
Fucking Kyle O'Reilly.
But it was a great match all around. Very technical match. The in-ring technique of all these guys went to show tonight. But ultimately ended up coming down to Ricochet, and he got pinned by Adam Cole. 1, 2, 3. So he finally ate that pin, which I feel like this is setting up for Adam Cole versus Ricochet for the North American title.
Only way that could happen.
Yep.
Has to be. Huh? NXT sounds good. Like usual.
Yep. Unlike last week's NXT, which was just because of the aftermath of TakeOver.
TakeOver aftermaths are the worst NXTs.
Yep. But I will give NXT a B+ this week.
Just from the sound of it, because I haven't watched it, I will agree with the B+.
I agree.
Yeah?
Well, and now that wraps up this week in wrestling, WWE-wise, Sarah, I believe you have something to tell us.
Oh, yeah. What, am I announcing the punishment?
Yeah.
I vote no.
Are you ready all for it?
I don't know what it is.
Because if I'm going to announce it, it's just going to be a waste of time. If you say no.
So either I just say yes and you say it, or I say no and I never find out what it was.
No, he'll tell you after.
Like, I'll tell you. It's just like...
No.
It's not anything to do. It's an eating thing.
I'd rather have a habanero pepper at this point.
I'm really curious.
It's bad.
Why can't you just tell me?
You have a better... I think he has a better stomach than you do. So when you say it's bad, he might be like making it...
You say it's bad.
Well, I wouldn't want to do it.
There's
That's why it's
one
a punishment for everyone who loses.
There is literally one person in this world that eats this thing, and it's his father.
That's why I call it the Duarte Challenge.
What is it, like a whole anchovy?
No.
It's a sandwich.
What's in that sandwich?
Is it a yes or a no?
I don't know. What's in that
Can
sandwich?
we just make this fun and say yes?
No, don't make this fun. Because, no.
Don't. It's not your point to say.
I will fucking tell him.
It's not your place to say. You say it. You don't predict.
You can't make that stipulation.
I'm the champion.
I don't give a fuck
bitch.
what you are,
You
bitch.
don't have the title, bitch.
And you've never won the title.
Oh, then why am I champion?
Because I handed it over. We went over this.
You handed it over.
Yes.
You lost.
Yes, I handed it over.
You lost.
Not a prediction.
You lost.
You beat me in 2K for the
You
fucking
lost. You lost.
title. So, you get no
Loser.
say.
Lost.
You want to know what this disgusting sandwich is?
Loser.
He's kind of in the right here.
What?
You lost.
You still put the title on the line and lost.
Yes, but he hasn't won a predictions.
So?
He's still champion, and I'm still upset about it.
I don't care.
Very.
I haven't won a predictions, but I'm the longest reigning champion.
Not
what does
yet.
that make
Not
you?
yet. You're almost there.
What does that make you?
You're almost there.
I'm the longest reigning champion. I never won
Not
predictions.
yet.
How is that possible? Give me a break.
Well,
Not
sir,
yet. What do you mean not yet? It's gonna happen.
It's gonna happen, but not yet. I'm holding on to that claim as long as I can. But you know what? Fuck it.
No! No!
Yeah, baby!
No! Shut up!
He said yeah.
No, he didn't. He
let's
said
do it.
no.
Let's do it.
No.
Let's do it.
No.
Woo!
No.
Yes.
He's
No.
in it.
Yes.
You
No.
want out.
No.
You don't predict.
No.
I'm
No.
for it.
No.
You want
do it.
out. You don't predict.
No.
What is it? I'm for it. Let's go.
Here we go. It's a double decker.
Uh-huh.
First row, and because you fucking pissed me off, I added another ingredient. First row, slice
Mayonnaise.
of bread,
Mayonnaise was already in it.
Slice of bread.
bologna,
Uh-huh.
mustard,
Uh-huh.
ketchup,
Uh-huh.
mayo,
Yeah.
lettuce,
Yeah.
slice of bread,
Uh-huh. What's the second deck?
peanut butter,
Peanut butter jelly?
peanut butter,
Just peanut butter.
yep, fluff,
I hate fluff.
and a habanero pepper cut in half, slice of bread.
Only 3 things in there that make me not want to do it. But fuck it, yeah, you know, alright. That sounds like a plan.
Sweet deal, Eric. You in or you're out, buddy? All you have to do is win predictions or come in second place. You in or you out? You out. You don't predict. You in or you're out?
You can't say if I'm predicting or not. You don't have that
Dude, what
say.
the fuck are we doing this for? So you tell me it's like, oh, whoever loses gets their septum pierced. So if I say no, I'm not doing that,
Yeah.
I can still predict?
No, hold on. Old boy said he would quit.
I mean, in reality, I just wouldn't predict that time around. I'd be like, nope, okay, bye. I'd quit that prediction.
You lost.
So if you don't want the punishment, don't predict.
There you go.
No.
It's that simple.
I want my title back from this egotistical prick.
Then you're doing it.
So you're in.
And if you lose, you will eat it.
I'm not eating the whole thing.
You have to eat at least half.
No, I will not eat half. I'll take a
Then
bite.
you don't predict.
If I'm taking a bite, that's different.
Why are you so... every fucking time we have to do this with you.
What is it with you?
You're making a fucking chore to do a punishment.
You're
A
goddamn
spoonful
fucking
of
right.
fucking mayo.
You're
Look where
goddamn
that's
right.
got you.
Goddamn right. Cinnamon wasn't bad. Cinnamon challenge was perfect. I was fine with that. But you're throwing ketchup, mustard,
I didn't make
mayonnaise.
the sandwich. My dad made the
Well,
sandwich.
your dad is...
I mean,
I only added one item. That's habanero.
as a guy who looks at punishments in a particular light because they're a highlight for our channel, I say it's the whole fucking sandwich, no matter how much I don't want to eat that thing.
Dude, our punishments are like...
I ate the
it's
whole
the
pickle.
most viewed shit on our channel right now.
Well,
so you either eat the
our most
fucking
viewed-
sandwich or you don't predict.
No, the cinnamon challenge took our...
No, our
Second
most viewed
most.
is number one. It's our
It's our first video,
It's
our
our
first
show.
predictions. with Mania.
I thought it was at 52 for that.
No, it's
No,
at 74.
that's at 78.
Oh,
74,
shit.
78. That one's at 55.
Oh, damn.
If you do, you don't, bruh. Because you know damn well if I lost, you'd be forcing that shit down my throat.
You would eat it willingly, because you're
No.
fucking weird.
I would eat it because I lost. Because I'm a man.
Yeah, I would too. I'd hate it though.
I've already known he's eating it. I saw him eat the pickle. I know he... you
I
eat
cringed
the
through
cinnamon
that
because you
whole
like
pickle.
cinnamon. But I could tell in your eyes that was a horrible mistake.
Actually, it wasn't. I would do it again.
Okay, see? That was fine. That's fine.
You know what?
You might like the sandwich.
I will not like the sandwich.
My dad
Are
said-
you in?
And quote
or
with my
are
dad,
you out?
he was like, my dad did say, how do you know you don't like it? Have you ever tried it?
Yeah, you always say
That
you'll
is
try
true.
anything twice.
Exactly.
This is completely fucking different.
It's anything.
I ain't
And you
trying
know
to-
what? I'm not building the sandwich. I'm leaving that to the professional. He knows exactly how much of each shit to
Oh,
put on the
God.
sandwich.
Are you in? Or are you out?
It's just mustard and ketchup.
I don't like mustard.
Love.
I only use ketchup for one thing, and that's plain potato chips.
Ew.
I don't like mustard. I don't like fluff.
I love fluff.
Not
I
the
love
biggest
peanut
fan
butter.
of mayo.
I hate mayo.
I hate peanut butter.
I love peanut butter. I love fluff.
I don't want that fucking
I don't
pepper.
want to eat.
I like
mustard.
half that
I
sandwich.
don't want to eat mustard and ketchup.
And I hate
have my
peppers.
tongue go.
I hate
ape
bologna.
shit, and then add the juices of habanero onto my ape shit tongue.
Sir,
I hate the bottom half.
are you in? Or
The
are
top
you
half, I'm
out?
all for. The bottom half, I'm like, no.
He was so
Mama,
sure you
no.
were gonna say no, and I was like, no.
No, he
this
would
is Zell.
No, he would have said no, but because somebody's a cocksucker,
What do you mean?
it was you were gonna make him wait to hear what it was.
You're damn right. I'm the champion.
I don't give a fuck what you are.
Even if you told me before, and I probably would have.
You know what? I'm in. Because you want to know why I'm in? Because he can't win a prediction.
Why am I still champion?
You didn't win
Fuck
the prediction.
you.
You won it by a tie.
You won by a tie. Who took the punishment,
I will
Eric?
say he's never took a punishment.
I've never lost. I've never won. Fine, I'll give you that, but I've never lost.
That's fine.
That's fine.
That's completely fine.
Great. Who are you gonna predict? You pick Rusev or AJ? But shh.
It's gonna be AJ. Yeah, no. It's way too soon to talk about this.
Well, we have 2 weeks.
2 weeks
It's
left.
still too soon to talk about this.
You know which one's gonna fuck us over? Because I think he's gonna go for emotion. I think it could be one of two: Seth and Dolph, and Team Hell No and Bludgeon Brothers. I think those two are gonna fuck you up. Because I know your mind and I know who you're gonna pick.
Well, we'll find out. But as for that, that brings this podcast to a close this week. Thank you for joining us, everybody.
Let it be known that the punishment is locked.
Maybe
The punishment is locked.
there might be another guest appearance next week, so we'll find out.
Are you bringing back your Russian friend?
He's not Russian, you prick. He has multiple nationalities.
Great. Can't wait for you to eat the sandwich.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Zell. This is Mr. Arcadia. This is Synyster. Once again, special shout out to Kid Limbo. Kid Limbo's cool. What? What? You don't want to shout out fans? Or is it just because he's a Nell supporter?
Especially a Nell supporter.
The man called Sting, shout out.
To the man called Sting, he was on my bandwagon.
Marquis the man. Shout out to you for saying why Synyster is always angry when he loses.
It's
With
true.
a smiley face. You are the man, Mark.
You are. Respect. You understand me. You understand why I'm so angry. Nell's a prick.
He understands. He was calling you out. There's nothing understanding about... Is Sin always angry when he loses? There's no understanding there.
Listen, motherfucker.
When he realizes they've been talking shit about him.
You will fade to black, sir.
If you lose, I'm gonna promote the shit out of that punishment video.
Would you buy throw a couple bucks
I would
to
throw a couple
boost
bucks.
it?
Actually, you know that actually doesn't work. It's a complete
Yeah,
scam.
that's a myth.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The best thing to do is go to like a show, like a wrestling show. Don't buy tickets for it. Just stand outside. And they're coming to Boston, July. I'll just stand outside and be like, check this show out. Check this show out. You ever heard of a peanut butter death sandwich? Check this show out.
But that's what it is. The peanut butter death sandwich punishment. As I was signing off, thank you, ladies and gentlemen. And we will catch you all
On the
next
I want to throw up.
week. He said, I'm going to throw up. I fucking hate you all.